शुरू हो गया भाई. फाइनल प्रेपरेशंस और भारतीय टीम घर पहुंच गई है, घर वापसी कर चुकी है और हम आ चुके हैं आपके साथ भारत बनाम ऑस्ट्रेलिया का प्रीव्यू लेके. देखिए, रेस्ट कराइए प्लेयर्स को. काफी टिप्पणियां हुई इस पे, विराट कोहली नहीं है, क्यों नहीं है, 20 साल बाद वर्ल्ड कप नहीं है, 20 दिन बाद वर्ल्ड कप है, अश्विन की वापसी कैसे हो जाती है, क्या ये कोई जादू का खेल है कि वर्ल्ड कप से पहले वो तो यूट्यूब पे अपनी वाणी देते रहते हैं और एकदम से वर्ल्ड कप के कुछ दिन पहले he comes on and into the squad. So to discuss all that we have Pritam as always on fifth umpire and Yatharth. बहुत दिनों बाद आए हैं, आपने इनको ऑक्शन में देखा था लास्ट हमारे चैनल पे. तो प्रीतम, टेक इट अवे. और उससे पहले जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं या ये वीडियो को देखेंगे फिफ्थ अंपायर और डायरेक्टेड पे, जरूर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. और या प्रीतम, टेक इट अवे.
Yeah, Bilkul. Thank you so much once again, Aaryan. Welcome everyone who is looking forward to this live show once again. It's India versus Australia. It was a very good week last weekend for us. We have finally won final and we have been victorious in the Asia Cup. So let's get some live reactions for that from Yatharth. Yatharth, थोड़ा बताइए कैसे था, बस फाइनल की बताइए. Did you expect that kind of a domination, 50 all out or something like that? Did you expect from Team India?
I mean, no one expected that. I mean, from the start of the tournament, have a performance like that in the final was absolutely not an even card. अगर मतलब ऑस्ट्रेलिया जैसी टीम भी एशिया कप में खेलती तो वो भी ये ना करके दिखाती जो इंडिया ने करके दिखाया है. So it's a good win to have in the bag. It will boost the confidence of a lot of youngsters and to finally getting back to the winning ways. We won a trophy after 8 years. Well, it was just an Asia Cup, but I just believe that that will give us confidence. That will give us something under the belt, to prove the whole world and to all those haters who can go around and troll that the team is not looking in the shape. We have got so many question marks. Number 4, death bowling, spin attack, all rounders. I mean, till some extent, some critics have been silenced, but still a lot to go. Ashwin selection, then Washington Sundar coming into attack. I mean, still a lot to ponder on. And again, the big question, Rohit and Virat rested. So a lot to ponder upon yet. But yes, a good way to start the tournament to the World Cup ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And let's move on. Let's move on to as you've already introduced us to the squad. Aaryan, let's take forward firstly the first and the second ODI squad. New captain, new looking squad with few new faces.
आई वोंट से कि यार न्यू कैप्टन, क्योंकि इस बंदे ने इंडिया पहले कैप्टन कर चुका है और जो हमारी वो कैप्टनसी सर्कस चल रही थी, तो ये महाशय केएल राहुल उसका हिस्सा थे. ही वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट, बट आई विल हैव माय आईज ऑन वन प्लेयर, स्पेशली श्रेयस अय्यर. Is he going to get 3 games? He should get 3 games if he is your bona fide number 4 batsman. और साथ ही साथ स्काई, देखिए एक्स फैक्टर प्लेयर ऐसे जा रहे हैं वर्ल्ड कप में. इन केस किसी बैट्समैन के हमारा नंबर 4 या नंबर 5 नहीं क्लिक करता है, fingers crossed करे, but in case he doesn't click KL or Shreyas, he needs to come in. So how is he going to perform? Ashwin, these are the few players who I'll have my eyes on. Bowling attack is fixed and they just need more time. Can we see Yatharth? Can we see Mohammad Shami, Siraj and Bumrah play together? Because I frankly don't see that happening, क्योंकि हमारा वो नंबर 8 वाला बफर चल रहा है कि स्पिनर या पेसर. बट वर्ल्ड कप में या फिर इस सीरीज में कैन वी सी दैट ड्रीम अटैक प्ले? बिकॉज वी रियली वांट टू सी इट. व्हाट्स योर थॉट ऑन दैट?
I mean, considering World Cup India में नहीं होता, it would have been somewhere foreign, UAE, Dubai, West Indies, Australia, England. Then I would have said yes, we can have a fancy chance to see all these things playing together. But now it's in Indian condition, it's subcontinent condition. The ball is going to spin, grip, and hold a lot more when the pitch, बहुत tournament में आगे जाते जाते pitch बहुत slow हो जाएंगी. I don't see this happening except on Ahmedabad and Lucknow. I don't have any chance or any expectation, to play Shami, Bumrah, and Siraj, because they're like are very versatile, but are kind of similar as well in the way if you look them as a seamer. So I feel that going in with Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah itself is a really good option, considering the fact Hardik Pandya is producing with ball himself. So उसके अलावा if you go in with Shardul Thakur or Akshar Patel if he is not that injured, I believe that will give you a बहुत सा combination of the other team के पास. You have got that batting depth, and then you can ask your number 4 and number 5 to express themselves even more. So I would preferably not want Shami, Bumrah, and Siraj to be my 3 frontline pacers.
Okay. As you're simply relying because you're saying because it's Indian conditions. उसके
Exactly.
वजह से you want, just like Rohit said, हम लोग नंबर 8 पे एक प्लेयर चाहते हैं जो बल्लेबाजी भी कर सकता है. So that is the
Yeah.
reason why probably you have gone that with. But let's go with a question. One of the Priyanka is having us from here is that आपके हिसाब से यदार्थ, आपके हिसाब से क्या वजह हो सकता है of keeping out the likes of Virat, Rohit, Hardik out of the first and the second ODI? Also, Kuldeep Yadav.
Well, if I was to be answered, then I don't understand this logic. If you were to rest all the big players, then you should have rested Bumrah and Siraj as well. There is no excuse that these are not the big players. One player who just won the final completely single-handedly, and one is a quality bowler who's making his comeback, and you don't want him to get injured before the big tournament. So
Correct. Yeah.
why they have been rested is still a question mark. I just wanted इंडिया टू प्ले विद फुल स्ट्रेंथ टीम. मतलब एक बार होता है कि अगर पूरे 11 बंदे एक साथ खेल जाए, everyone just gets to know each other very well. They gel upon.
Exactly.
Each one knows their responsibility really very well. The little bit questions Ashwin, Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, that you can shift vice versa, or giving chance to Shreyas Iyer in place of number 4 position, that can be altered and that could have been understood. But resting especially Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, because in this World Cup I feel that these two top 3, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli, are going to be your X factors. So, specifically in Indian condition, agar aapki top 3 gets off to your start, then your team is in a very comfortable position. So that was my concern, and to specifically drop Kohli in Mohali, we know उसके stats क्या हैं, and I believe कि रोहित शर्मा जिन्होंने एशिया कप में इतना अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया, he was looking finally back in his touch. I just wanted these 3 guys to get a good match time and to test themselves again an opposition like Australia. I believe that we might lose onto something in the World Cup ahead.
नहीं, सही बात है. और मैं पहला मैच देखने जाने वाला था और मेरे को पता लगा कि चलो नहीं, ना कोहली है, ना रोहित है, ना पांड्या, ना कुलदीप है. मैं जाके क्या करूंगा, ये सारे लोगों को तो मैं आईपीएल में देख ही लूंगा. सो जोक्स अपार्ट, तीसरे वनडे में हमारे पास पूरी टीम आ रही है यार. पर प्रीतम, क्वेश्चन टू एंड देन यू कैन गो ऑन टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया. देखो, 2 प्लेयर निकालने हैं और एक प्लेयर को फिट करना है, जो कि रविचंद्रन अश्विन या फिर अक्षर पटेल या फिर वॉशिंगटन सुंदर है. सो 3 आउट ऑफ 1 हमें फिट करना है और 2 प्लेयरों को निकालना है 17 में से. तो 27 वाले वनडे के, इफ यू आर इन द पोजीशन आफ्टर द 27th गेम, हु विल यू टेक आउट एंड हु विल यू ऐड इन टू दैट 15 ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप?
This is a very interesting question. हम लोग जैसे स्क्वाड अनाउंस हुए थे वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, हम लोग सोच रहे थे कि बापू और जड्डू सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ क्रिकेटर्स है. वी आर मिसिंग एन ऑफ स्पिनर. लेकिन एशिया कप फाइनल के लिए we saw that Washington Sundar was called upon ahead of Ashwin, and we got to know the reason behind later on that it was Washi who was available. But this is a very important series for Ashwin. जैसे आपने इंट्रोडक्शन किया था इस लाइव वीडियो का कि Ashwin just gets an opportunity to sneak peek into the ICC squad before an ICC tournament. So I won't be surprised because Indian conditions hai, he has the experience and there's nothing better. He is a better batsman now. So a duo of Jadeja and Ashwin, we have seen them like rattled past the oppositions in red ball cricket. Why not we see them again in the white ball cricket too? So I would love to see Ashwin because I don't fancy Akshar because Akshar jaise with the bat he's been phenomenal, but against Sri Lanka in Colombo he was not getting much of a spin. In that is another Asian conditions. Oh, he's a tall guy who should get more spin. Similarly, Washi is another tall guy, so I would want Ashwin. And if he has a successful series, तीनों game बिल्कुल उसको खेलना चाहिए. If you are considering him part of the squad, then he should definitely play 3 games. Washington Sundar as well, something you have to consider because you don't have Kuldeep. So it will be up to Rahul Dravid and KL Rahul to see how many spinners they play in Mohali, Indore, and Saurashtra. So I'll go with Ashwin.
ज़्यादा लगेंगे नहीं, विल कम टू दैट. we will come to that. ज्यादा स्पिनर दोनों ग्राउंड पे लगेंगे नहीं, उस पे भी आएंगे, पर यथार्थ फाइनल से ऑन अश्विन, उसके बाद हम ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम पे जाते हैं.
I personally don't feel that Ashwin should be in the mix just because of the reason it would be unfair on Akshar Patel because the quality of batting which he has showed over the years in the past, the current circuit of the Indian team, whether in Test, ODIs or T20s, I believe the batting potential which he gives you at number 8 is irreplaceable. Or if you want Ashwin to be in the mix, then it needs to be a like-to-like balance between Akshar Patel or Jadeja because Jadeja in the recent times hasn't contributed with the bat. If you see his stats in the last 10 to 15 games, then his batting stats have dipped by quite a few mile. And though he is a gun fielder and you cannot just take him out of the game in the field, I still believe that Akshar Patel has an edge over Ravindra Jadeja when it comes to bat in the hand. And यार अक्षर पटेल इतने रन लीक करते नहीं है, so even if you say that he can't give you wickets, he can also sneak in some silent overs between the players.
Yeah, bilkul, absolutely correct with that. And like Deepu is saying that make or break for Ashwin this year because it's definitely his last dance in scarlet clothing. It's not just his; there will be many, many players who will have the last ICC World Cup for India, and I think that it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. So Yatharth has said his opinion. I've said mine. Aryan, आपका क्या है? Whom would you choose among the three? Ashwin, Akshar, and Washi.
I'll kind of go with Akshar Patel also because he's in the reckoning in the mix, और एक इंजरी की वजह से उसको बाहर करना would be unfair. That's my call.
Okay, no worries with that. We'll go on to the visitor squad. They look very strong, to be honest. South Africa, they have made a phenomenal performance, and then they eventually lost the ODI series, though. But still, they have a very good side. But they're filled with so many bowlers. Yatharth, आपके पास पहले आते हैं the player you would say that is a player to watch out for from this squad?
I mean, I was really impressed with Nathan Ellis in this South African series. If you saw him in the lights, because the way he performed, probably in senior conditions, he was very apt. So I'll see that player. But when it comes to Indian condition, I'll be more keen towards the spinning department. Ashton Agar and Adam Zampa. I believe this would be the very testing time, not only for a top order, but specifically for a middle order, because this has been a weakness. जो 20 से लेके 35 ओवर्स तक का स्पैन होता है, द मिडल ऑर्डर, द मिडल ओवर्स, जहाँ पे वी हैवंट बीन दैट ग्रेट इन द ओडीआई सर्किट, एंड टू टेस्ट आवर नंबर 3 4 5, that is the number one priority which you need to consider when you consider the batting lineup. So that is a challenge in itself. But if we test our the youngsters or whatever combinations we go in with this first and second ODI, I believe that's going to be the testimony of the series.
All right, all right. Aryan, for you, any player you will be fearing ahead of the series, no matter it's India playing a B team or an A team?
देखो, I'm a Punjab Kings fans, and this guy he's played a lot in Mohali, so this is a homecoming for Nathan Ellis, and I'm glad that he mentioned him. Otherwise, I was going to mention Ellis because he went under economy. Everybody was getting smacked, and he was the only good bowler for Australia. But यार Mitchell Marsh पे नजर रखो, क्योंकि ये बंदा पता नहीं इसने what has he been doing, extra gym work or no. Since he started that first knock in the T20 series, he was a completely different player. He was the Mitchell Marsh who won them the 2021 World Cup in UAE. So he's going to open, by the way, because Travis Head is not there. And if they are willing to look in Tanvir Sangha as well, good leggy, and can be useful in Indian conditions. So, but they have enough experience. Yeah, so there you go. Matthew Short, I hate him for obvious reasons because this guy can't play spin, and this is a complete bias that's coming from my side. Matthew Short, so he's a good player of pace, but in Mohali, Indore, yes. Mohali is a decent sized ground, good batting wickets. Indore is a mini Bangalore where you just top edge flies over the roof. So we can go to that after that. But I'll have my husband Tanvir Sangha, likes of Mitchell Marsh, and obviously Nathan Ellis is obviously there. So yeah, these will be my players.
Oh, interesting choices. Aryan, you cannot forget a former Punjabi fan who's coming back from injury, Glenn Maxwell. He's also going to be there in Mohali, and he's going to love smacking players
Bro,
because he.
he's a traitor. He's a traitor to us. So we don't talk about him after 2014. But yes, he knows this ground. He knows this ground in and out. So I won't be surprised if he performs well in Mohali. So he knows this ground very well.
That's the reason why I said, because he doesn't have Kuldeep Yadav playing in the first two
Yeah.
ODIs to get his wicket. That is the reason why I said. We'll move on. We'll move on to the weather updates. हम लोग के साथ तो weather एकदम अच्छे नहीं जा रहे since the West Indies series. Weather changes in Ireland. Weather Asia Cup. So I think man of the series. We are all said it should be the groundsman. यहाँ पे Mohali it looks clear cut on the 22nd. It's bright and sunny as per Google. On the 24th, Indore, the weather doesn't look good for all the viewers, but fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can have some cricket out there because a small ground, it's high scoring. And on Rajkot, the last day in Saurashtra, we have a proper cricket. It's bright and sunny. So we definitely will have two games of cricket in this series, especially the third one where the big guns are coming back. But fingers crossed for Indore. It's a small stadium. Average score वहाँ पे हम लोग definitely stats पे जाएंगे. Aryan, if you can take the your home ground मोहाली का stats देखिए और जरा बताइए
Oh
क्या इस
yes,
ground का खासियत क्या है.
thank you. थैंक यू फॉर दैट एंड दिस ग्राउंड देखिए पिच में अभी रिसेंट एक T20 टूर्नामेंट खेला गया था इट हैज बिकम अ बिट फ्लैट इट इज नॉट द मोहाली ऑफ ओल्ड वो जहां पे फास्ट बॉलर्स को कैरी मिलता है यस देयर विल बी सम कैरी इन द इनिशियल ओवर्स ऑफ फास्ट बॉलर्स बट एक्सपेक्ट अ हाई स्कोरिंग गेम और आपको अगर याद हो ये वही ग्राउंड है जहां पे धोनी ने सेंचुरी मार के इंडिया को निकाला था ट्रबल से और ये वही ग्राउंड है जहां पे एस्टन टर्नर कैमरन ग्रीन ने इंडिया के खिलाफ रन भी किए थे और ये विराट कोहली का तो यथार्थ ने बोल ही दिया आई वाज फॉर्चुनेट इनफ टू विटनेस हिज 180 odd against New Zealand and in the same match MS Dhoni also got runs. This was the series where Kedar Jadhav was the hero if you remember in the India New Zealand series. So this ground has many memories for me personally and for all the Indian fans. And sadly for all the fans, this is not going to stay for long. So consider this as one of the last international matches on this ground. Anyways, this ground is perfectly 268 chasing ground. The toss doesn't matter. Toss won't matter much. But if you get a good score, bowlers have the big squarish boundaries. They can use it to good effect. Na? So the toss won't matter much. You can expect a very high scoring match in Mohali.
So on Aryan, just to as you said, toss will not matter much. Is there dew in the second innings, which brings the toss into account?
No, there won't be any dew, but the wicket will stay the same. By that I meant that wicket will stay the same.
All right, all right. So it's going to be a belter of a wicket, just like we're expecting. There will be high scoring of runs. So that's ideal for an India Australia game. To be very honest, we go to the second stadium. That's Indore. Yadath, I will give you the opportunity to take forward Indore and its brilliant statistics.
I mean, indeed, the highest total at this ground batting first has been 489, and I still remember that game. And when you look at the lowest score, it's still 225. So, not much of a difference. It's a batting paradise. As you mentioned, the boundaries are pretty small. So, I just hope that rain stays away from because this is going to be a huge scoring match. And when you chase, suppose we get to ball first in the first innings, and suppose you're chasing 320, 330, it gives you a great test, to test your chasing skills, and especially for the youngsters, especially Shubman Gill, who batted terrifically against Sri Lanka in that low-scoring game at Colombo, where he was a lone man at the end, and he almost took us home. We just lost by a matter of 6 runs. So I believe this would be a great, test, to go forward before a crunch tournament. I believe to have all kind of experiences under your belt, so that would be a good thing to have. But considering Indore, I still feel that you need to get on to your A game, especially someone like Shubman Gill, who is in his sublime form. You can say his purple patch. He should get as much as runs as he can, and that hunger of scoring runs should just keep piling on.
Yeah, absolutely. He was fantastic versus Bangladesh. We rested
Yep.
few of our players, and he single-handedly won that game. But still, if my memory is correct, 418 for 5 was a double century by Virendra Sehwag.
Yes, I guess, yeah.
Uh, Yeah, okay, fantastic. So we will hopefully see another run fest of a game out here, and we move on to the final ODI, where, as we have spoken before, is the big guns will be back in out here at Saurashtra. It's a pretty good big ground, and today ICC has informed that 70 meters is a minimum of the boundary distance to be kept for all the
Oh my
venues in
god.
the ICC event. So that is pretty big. That is pretty big.
Yes.
But these small grounds like I don't think so Indore is there, but Dharamsala, I think Aryan Dharamsala कुछ कर तो नहीं सकते उनका boundary meter is around 60 to 65, so they cannot exceed it. But
यार
is that
एक चीज हो सकती है, एक चीज, yeah, sorry to cut you there. Just a quick point, you can play on the side pitch, और एक साइड की बाउंड्री लंबी हो सकती है, उससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
hopefully, but the ground be I think it's a sprint friendly. Saurashtra is obviously somewhere where you bat first and score good big runs, and then you can defend it. But still, the second innings average score is 290, so अच्छे खासे runs भी बनते हैं second innings. So we will have a cracker of a game in the three ODIs, because India में इतना सारा ground है, you have to play every single stadium once opportunity देना पड़ता है. Three key players, we have almost talked about each and every one of them, but यदार्थ आपके पास आएंगे. आपने जैसे अक्षर पटेल के बैटिंग के बारे में कहा, रविंद्र जडेजा खासियत नहीं दिख रहे हम लोग को. How important is this series? I think that is just because his batting has not been up to the mark is the reason why he hasn't been rested. He wants to play to improve his batting. How important is this series for him in terms of his batting?
I mean, मतलब यार ये जो 3 matches की series है will give answers to most of the question going ahead in the World Cup. Jadeja and the combinations which we'll go in with, you know, whether it's going to be Akshar Patel, Ashwin, Kuldeep Yadav, you know, मतलब बहुत सारे आंसर मिल जाएंगे. एंड तभी मेरे ख्याल से शायद रविंद्र जडेजा को रेस्ट नहीं दिया बिकॉज द टीम मैनेजमेंट हैजंट बीन श्योर अबाउट हिम, यू नो, वेदर ही कैन बी टू मच हैंडी विद द बॉल इन द हैंड एज वेल. सो मतलब आई बिलीव दैट रविंद्र जडेजा और अक्षर पटेल और अगर हम अश्विन तीनों के साथ हम साथ में खेलें तो देखने में इंटरेस्टिंग होगा कि कौन क्या प्रोवाइड कर सकता है. लेट्स सपोज लाइक एक कुछ ऐसी भी कंडीशंस आएंगी जहां पे आप सिर्फ टू स्पिनर से जा सकते हो. सो विल यू गो इन विद बोथ जडेजा और अक्षर पटेल, और विल यू हैव एन ऑफ स्पिनर विद योरसेल्फ अगेन. सो आई बिलीव कि जडेजा और अक्षर पटेल के लिए बहुत ज्यादा हैंडी कंपटीशन रहेगा बिकॉज आई डोंट सी दोनों एक ही टीम में खेल रहे हैं एक साथ. बिकॉज अगर आपने वॉशिंगटन सुंदर और अश्विन को दोनों को टीम में लिया है, then you have the, you know, plans of playing an off spirit in the side. So this series will, you know, give end to a lot of answers, but let's see how the series goes.
Absolutely, and like it's a very important series for Jaddu, as we said, in terms of his batting, just like Priyam said. But Aryan, आपके पास आएंगे Adam Zampa for Australia. बहुत successful tour of India last time they came here, and he is a threatening leggy, to be very honest.
Hmm.
उसके बाद में तो विराट कोहली इस बार नहीं है, पहला दो ODI के लिए उसको विकेट लेने में, but still, how important is he going into the Indian conditions in terms of the World Cup as well?
He is very important, has all the variations, has got the things, but he got, again, I'll keep mentioning it, he got pelted for none for 113 by the prime suspect Heinrich Klaassen, or as we know him in the group, Kalesh. So yeah, no, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a canny bowler, uses the crease really well, and he'll be important. And similarly, the Bulldog, I'll let you Delhi guys take David Warner. I won't interfere in between. So you Delhi guys can go on David Warner.
Yeah, but
Yatharth, you can go
like
on.
I was, ekdam, like we were discuss. I was thinking while the Australia squad was going on that this is the last tour of David Warner to India, not just of the World Cup, but it's the last time because he's getting retired in the January month. Because like Deepu has said, don't omit our old bull and delete David Warner. He'll be dangerous. Definitely, he will go all guns blazing at the top, but he loves playing in India. यदार्थ क्या लगता है हम लोग का दिल्ली बॉय कैसे खेलेंगे ये इंडियन कंडीशंस पे?
I mean, considering it could be his last World Cup, I mean, it is his last World Cup, you know, the 2023 season. So I believe he knows the subcontinent condition very well. He played for the franchise for like 2 3 years, 2 years, if I'm not wrong. And I mean, he has been leading the side single-handedly from the start of these IPL for this season as well and the previous season as well. So I believe he is a player to watch out for, and not only David Warner, the DI, Mitchell Marsh as well. I mean, the way he had been batting, the way he has batted in the Senna conditions, we all have seen that. But the muscle power which he brings in the side, and also the way he led his team in Senna against South Africa, though he lost the ODI matches, ODI series, but also to mention that he whitewashed South Africa in their home ground. So he is very dangerous according to me. And when the power packs gets going, I mean when Warner, Marsh, if they are going to open and they get going, it's really hard to stop them when they just take the bowlers on the toes.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you see Warner being the anchor role player? Because considering if Travis Head is fit, and then you have Marsh all breaking shackles and going out free, do you see?
Considering कि अगर so sorry to interrupt. Considering Smith and Laushin playing at number 3 and 4, I don't see that happening. कि Warner या फिर Marsh anchor, because the natural game is to attack. And when they make the bowler unsettled, that is the time they're more dangerous. So I don't think that they will try to change too much. Considering what Travis had provided them was quite stability, but they have got a lot of players who can just hold on to the middle overs and take the intact responsibility of the whole team. Smith and Laushim are highly experienced, and I personally don't see them taking their responsibilities. But it'd be really interesting to see is whether Marsh takes that responsibility or is going to be Warner, because Warner in the recent times he has led a team and he has also anchored. So let's see how the series goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we are discussing about the players, Aryan, I'll let you go with the playing 11, which we have predicted for Australia. How strong is this, and any changes you want to make first, and then we'll come to Yatharth.
No, looks pretty settled. Carey is going to keep. He's a fine man behind the six, kept to Agar and Zampa a lot. Two spinners, three premium pacers back. They would want to get the tickety going, and two of those tickety can bat really well. So that's handy, obviously. Australia bat down to Mitchell Stark. So, and the two main players for Australia is going to be Cameron Green and Glenn Maxwell. How many overs are they going to chip in? Because Australia is essentially playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bowlers, and eight
Yeah,
even
we
if
have
Mitchell
add
Marsh.
Mitchell Marsh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, eight. So this is a luxury to have, and let's see
Yeah,
how good of a हम इसके लिए तरस गए हैं यार, ये पता। और देखो, मैंने पहले भी कहा है कि इट्स ऑल टू डू विद कंडीशंस। अगर इंडिया में सीम फ्रेंडली कंडीशंस दी होती तो बच्चा बड़ा बड़ा होते होते स्पिनर बनने का सोचता ही ना। और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी द थिंग इज कि व्हेन यू स्टार्ट एज ग्रुप क्रिकेट, वहां पे पिचेस ऐसी हैं कि बॉल तेज आता है, सो यू टेंड टू फेस मोर फास्ट बॉलर्स। इसलिए इनके पास ये लग्जरी है कि बैटिंग बॉलिंग दोनों कर लेते हैं। सो प्रीटी स्ट्रॉन्ग स्क्वाड, एंड आई सी दिस स्क्वाड कमिंग आउट ऑन द 22nd.
बिल्कुल एंड like we all have said, fitness बहुत ही important question is for स्मिथ मैक्सवेल स्टार्क ये लोग के वजह से। बट यदार्थ, आपके हिसाब से कोई चेंजेस इस प्लेइंग 11 पे? जैसे हम लोग पहले बात किए हैं, जैसे नेथन एलिस, सीना बॉट, वो लोग भी है, that will they will like especially सीना बॉट, he will get
yeah.
some batting as well in that playing 11. आप क्या ये तीनों रेड बॉल फास्ट बॉलर्स को खिलाएंगे प्लेइंग 11 पे? और any other changes, just like Deepu has mentioned, no place for Stoinis. We do not have a place for
Exactly.
Marcus Stoinis. So any changes you have in
Exactly.
your playing 11?
I mean, I was just going to mention about Marcus Stoinis. I mean, to replace him, I mean, Cameron Green is superbly talented, but you cannot replace, experienced, talented, and he has played a World Cup. He has got a lot of experience, and he has been a match winner. If you remember when he was with the Capitals in 2020, he was a sheer match winner for us, and in all the given circumstances. So I won't see Marcus Stoinis not playing in for Cameron Green, and also I would like to see Labuschagne to play as well. I don't know where they can fit him, but I really want Labuschagne to get some game time. Whether he will get or not, I really don't know. But yes, definitely I will see a Marcus Stoinis in place for Cameron Green at any
Just to,
cost.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but just to add to your point, Labuschagne is not part of the ODI World Cup squad.
Okay.
That is the reason
Oh,
why we haven't got him. It could
oh
be
gosh.
a question if Travis Head is ruled out, then Labuschagne can become
I
as a
believe he
replacement.
was named as a reserve player, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know.
That Just because Travis Head is not there, that's the reason why
Yeah.
Labuschagne has been part of the Indian
just
squad
to
as well.
inform you,
Otherwise, he wouldn't have.
head might not just recover. Head might not just recover, तो लाबुशेन का chance is there कि वो
That
टीम
is
में
the
आ
reason.
जाएगा.
Yeah, that's the
Hmm.
reason why हम लोग बोल. But yes, fair point. Number five पे one change you're giving is Marcus Stoinis is
Yeah.
coming from Cameron Green, and 7 to 11 no changes. Two spinners
Uh,
and three prime pacers.
until and unless they want to give some space to the players or give some rest to the players, I don't see any change happening. Otherwise, if they want to rest the senior guys, yes, then Sean Abbott, Michael Neser, all these guys can chip in.
Okay, so now my question is that I wanted a different kind of an opinion from any one of you, but my question is that you have Pat Cummings, you have Joshua Hazelwood, and Mitchell Stark. You do not have a death specialist. I will be very honest. They do not have a death specialist. They
Yeah.
have Nathan Ellis or Sean Abbott, anybody among the two. So Aryan, आपके लिए हिसाब से, do you think there will be a choice between Josh Hazelwood and Sean Abbott or Nathan Ellis, or do you still stick to Hazelwood with the new ball?
अगर अगर तो हेजलवुड की फॉर्म अच्छी है वर्ल्ड कप में तो एलिस विल बोल एट द डेथ सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी हेजलवुड स्लैश एलिस सो let's see what the management goes with at the moment. See, it's in Mohali, so I would like to see Ellis play in Mohali and forget Hazelwood for one game and then bring him back for the next two.
All right, all right. And there is a question from Yash says, I would like to bring Matt Short in as a finish instead of Ashton Agar. Oh, hello. That's an
No,
interesting question.
don't do
Never.
that, please. उससे ओपनिंग नहीं होती भाई. उसको फिनिश में उससे फिनिश कराओगे.
Okay, that's a very interesting question, but I don't think so that's going to happen. If he plays, he's going to play as an opener because we do not have Travis Head. Otherwise, I don't see him playing in this playing 11. We go to India. India's first couple of ODIs, that is under the leadership of KL Rahul. यहाँ तो बहुत सारे सवाल आएंगे, I'm sure, because the first question is one of the fans. I will definitely find that question. Yeah, there you go. Deepu says, do you see any game time for Ruturaj Gaikwad? Considering we know that he will not be part of the World Cup squad and he will fly for the Asian Games leading his team. Aryan, for you.
नहीं, तुम्हारे जो 15 हैं वर्ल्ड कप में प्रिलिमिनरी स्क्वाड में उनको खिलाओ. उनके लिए पहले पहले फिल दोज नेम्स इन द टीम शीट और फिर जो एक दो जैसे हमने तिलक वर्मा डाल रखा है, अश्विन को जरूरी है गेम टाइम देना है ना, तो फिर उनके नाम फिल करो. फर्स्ट थिंग शुड बी fill in your World Cup guys.
ऑलराइट, एंड जैसे हम लोग ऑस्ट्रेलिया के समय देख रहे थे हार्ट बॉलिंग ऑप्शंस, यहाँ पे तो मेरे को तो 7 8 9 10 11 उसके अलावा तो बॉलर्स ही नहीं दिख रहे. इन केस तिलक वर्मा रोल्स हिम आर्म्स ओवर वंस अगेन. यदार्थ, आपके हिसाब से पहला दो ओडीआई में से कोई चेंजेस, एनीवन यू वांट टू सी पार्ट ऑफ दिस प्लेइंग 11? इफ यू वांट, आई कैन गिव यू बैक द स्क्वाड फॉर द फर्स्ट टू ओडीआईज एज वेल इन केस यू नीड एनी नेम्स.
I won't change any player to be honest, but yes, I will change the batting order to be very honest. Because if you get to set Ishan Kishan to open, then you are putting him in a role जहाँ पे वो खेलने भी नहीं वाले हैं. If Ishan Kishan is playing, it's only in the middle order. You're not going to replace Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. So why to मतलब क्यों ईशान किशन को एक ऐसी responsibility देनी है which is not going to play in the World Cup. If you go as an opener, his responsibility is to see out the first 10 overs and make sure कि मतलब कोई भी विकेट ना जाए and there is no unsettled nerves in the dressing room. So उनको वो responsibility लेना is could be a burden to his natural game. I mean मतलब सबने देखा कि जब India were down and out, we were 3 or 4 wicket down. तब हार्दिक पांड्या और ईशान किशन formed a fabulous partnership against Pakistan bowling attack. And मतलब एक सिचुएशन पर जहाँ पे इंडिया could have completely collapsed, वहाँ से बचाया था by playing this aggressive game. So I wouldn't want Ishan Kishan to play change his role suddenly before going to the World Cup. आप उनको middle order में खिलाओ. Yes, you can promote KL Rahul up the order because वर्ल्ड कप में हो सकता है कि आपकी एक दो विकेट बहुत जल्दी जा सकती है, जैसे कि हमने सेमीफाइनल में देखा था अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड. एंड केएल राहुल हैज ओपन द इनिंग्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम फॉर दिस इंडियन टीम. ही ओपन इन द 2019 सर्किट व्हेन शिखर धवन गॉट इंजर्ड. सो आई विल रादर सी केएल राहुल एज एन ओपनर.
All right. So we have the squad for you. Yash was definitely saying the same, that can you get the squad up? This is the squad for you. So yeah, that Yatharth doesn't have any changes. But before we go, there's this very sweet comment coming from one of the fan. It's his birthday today. Suhail Ahmed says, "It's my birthday. I'm a new subscriber. Can you guys wish me nicely? A 30-second, definitely.
Happy
I'll
birthday.
start. A very happy birthday to you, Suhail, and let's hope you get your birthday wish in 2 months' time. As we are discussing about India, let's hope India gets the World Cup this time, and you have the one of the best years in your birthday wishes. Thank you so much for this lovely comment. We couldn't stop ourselves from sharing this in our live session to wish you. Thank you so much for that. Yes. Suhail, let's hope you have a wonderful day. You still have a couple of hours to celebrate your birthday. Thank you so much for spending your time with us and joining in the live session too. We'll continue. Going to आर्यन
Happy
आपके
birthday,
हिसाब
bro.
से कोई चेंजेस श्योर आर्यन आपके हिसाब से कोई चेंजेस इन
No
द फर्स्ट
changes.
कपल ऑफ
No
ओडीआई
changes.
नो चेंजेस ऑल राइट फैंटास्टिक
No,
आई
just play the
डोंट
same 11. I think.
Okay, so just like Yadar said before, opening order pe koi changes. He wants to see Ishan Kishan sticking to that number 5 spot. Do you see that happening, Aryan, in Indian conditions? With this, considering we do not have Rohit, and then if he has to open, then it's going to be definitely like the likes of Ishan Kishan. If he bats in the middle order, then it's going to be the Ruturaj Gaikwad or KL Rahul opening.
आई थिंक दोनों से कराओ और आई थिंक आई एग्री विद यथार्थ पर यहाँ ना हम सबकी पोजीशंस इधर उधर कर रहे हैं श्रेयस को 3 पे डाल रहे हैं अब श्रेयस आएगा तो
Exactly.
श्रेयस का खेलेगा 4 5 पे 5 पे तो केएल ने खेलना है केएल 3 पे खेल रहा है तो ये यार जब इंडिया पता नहीं जब लगता है कि कुछ सही कर रही होती है ना तो ये ऐसी सीरीज वर्ल्ड कप से पहले आ ही जाती है जहां हम खुद कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कर क्या रहे हैं ठीक ठाक तो चल रहा था एशिया कप जीत के आए थे सब अच्छा चल रहा था नाउ दिस इज अ कंफ्यूजन सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू डू टू बी ऑनेस्ट I can only tell you about after the first game 11 is out. I don't know what they're going to do with the options they have in batting first 2 games.
All right, no problem with that. And it's time to go on to the set 11. That is definitely going to be hopefully in our World Cup playing 11 as well. Yeah, that आपसे शुरू करते हैं because definitely me and Aryan have discussed about this playing 11. Any changes firstly because considering Ravi Ashwin is back into the playing 11, do you want to see any changes for the third ODI?
Preferably not. I believe कि मतलब एक full side सब खेल रहे हो. Before entering the World Cup, I won't comment upon the warm-up matches to be very honest. But you should, play with the side with which आपने Asia Cup जीता है. यही side थी जिसने हमें Asia Cup जिताया very single-handedly. And I would love to see this team going ahead. Yes, I could see, एक या दो change हो सकते हैं. Maybe Shardul Thakur goes out for a spinner, or maybe Ravindra Jadeja goes out, or maybe I feel that key 6, 7, 8, 9 could be vulnerable, could be changed to aspect of how the series have happened and altered. Otherwise, I see the same side going in because Hardik Pandya can say एक चीज अच्छी होती है that it gives us 6 bowling options which we lack in the first 2 ODI games. I believe ये कुछ गेम में हमें cost भी कर सकती है. Rest the team, the attack looks brilliant.
All right, Aryan. So it's fair to say it's a set 11 we have out here, and nothing apart from this. So we are almost done with our live session with this. So it's time to thank Yadar. Thank you so much for being part of us in the live session. Wonderful
Always
having you with us. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Okay, so if we win this series, rest Bumrah. So you're saying if we make it a 2-0, then Deepu says to rest Bumrah for the final ODI. Yes, that's subject to fitness. No problem with that. One more question from Yash is as far as the playing 11 in the World Cup is concerned, I would like to see Surya Kumar Yadav coming in instead of Shreyas Iyer, just because of his ability to turn the game on its head. So being the X factor, Aryan, आपके
I
हिसाब
don't
से
know. I don't know turning the game on its head. या आई मीन मैं पहले आंसर कर देता तू जब पूछ रहा था तो गेम का तो पता नहीं हैज टर्न्ड आवर हेड्स इन अ कंप्लीटली ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन कि भाई तू है कौन व्हाई हु आर यू इन ओडीआईज एंड हु आर यू इन टी20s व्हाट आर यू डूइंग है ना इतना टैलेंटेड प्लेयर है ही हैजंट कट फिगर आउट द फॉर्मेट एंड आई वोंट वांट टू टेक द रिस्क विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल द टैलेंट ही हैज सो या
Correct. And let's see, because Team India has definitely, the management has made some plans and इसके वजह से हम लोग ये squad select किया है. So it's time to end. Thank you so much each and every one of you for joining this live session. It was wonderful. Once again, all the comments that came in for the live discussion. Thank you, Yadad, once again. And Aryan and
Cheers,
us,
no
we
problem.
will definitely be back once again for the World Cups and hopefully in between the ODI series as well. Thank you so much once again, everyone. See you off. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.